superb. But it wasn't all just about him. Like I say, Sonny was superb. It was back to... It reminded me a little bit of the how the Spurs would play under Mourinho in terms of Kane and Son. That Son's job very much was, as soon as Kane gets the ball, boom, get on. And he will look for you. And he looked for him a few times. And City just, for all of their quality at the back, and got some terrific players. Obviously, Diaz is superb, and I thought Cancelo is he's such an attacking threat as well. Spurs carved them apart almost every time they went forward. They had to really rely on Kyle Walker's pace a few times to get back. And Sonny was kind of at the heart of a lot of that. I'm trying to think of some of the moments. Obviously, he set up the first goal, got the assist for that, got the assist for Kane for the other one as well. It was just a live wire. He was so good. And him and Kane now, I think it's 36 goals, combinations between them. That was another 2 last night. It takes them level with Drogba and Lampard now as the all-time top kind of goal-scoring duos in the combinations between them, which, to kind of say it in the longer term, is who set each other up, essentially. It's got to be a goal that's scored by one of them but assisted by the other. So they are now the joint record holders, and you'd imagine they will become the sole record holders of that pretty soon. Sonny was superb. Like I say, Dejan 쿨루셉스키 was excellent. I'd got wind kind of ahead of kickoff that Conte was going to chuck him in for his first full start. And do you know what? He did everything asked of him. He worked so hard. I think scoring that early goal was a massive confidence boost for him. It was exactly what he needed. Lovely nutmeg finish, honestly. You look back, it's one of those where whether he meant it or not, it looks really cool. And he worked so hard. He did a lot of defending. A lot of their breaks, kind of Spurs breaks, came from 쿨루셉스키 either trying to start the move or taking the ball, playing it quickly, running on, receiving it. It was unfortunate with Kane's disallowed goal. He was just a little bit offside, a bit more than made up for it with the turn and cross. I've said to myself that we still need to see a little bit more of him using his right foot. But if he's going to deliver crosses like that with his left foot from the right, whoa, that was superb. It was like the perfect ball. And in the 95th minute, I was so impressed with 쿨루셉스ki. We've seen people on social media, he's being written off after his first 20 minutes. It's like, no, he's 21 years old and he put in such a tactically mature performance. I'd say it's one game, but I think he's put in a massive shout to Conte now that he should be starting the coming games. I wouldn't, Oh, and Hoiberg, I've seen that clip afterwards. People have said about him kind of like snubbing Conte. I don't know if it's that kind of thing or not. I think it might be one where he just hasn't heard him. There's some people saying that Conte is shouting a naughty word at him. I think he's shouting a hobby. I think that's what it is. That's what he calls him, hobby. Hobby, Winky, Decky. It is like proper like the Teletubbies. But yeah, no, I'd presume, because I think Hoiberg really likes Conte, and Conte also really likes him. I don't think that was a case of him trying to avoid him. I think it was just one of those moments that was possibly a misunderstanding. I don't know. I'm not sure whether it'll get asked about that or not. It's one of those where they won, so we weren't really aware of it until after the presser. So certainly wasn't something we were going to ask. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it. But Eric Dyer became the scapegoat. Football fans like scapegoats, and Dyer became one of those. Yesterday showed you just how good he can be for Tottenham and how important he can be in that back line. That was Conte's kind of strongest, first choice back three. They were like a wall up against a flood that wasn't getting past them. They were so good. Dyer just brought in. He's 28 years old. He definitely has become a bit of a leader of that back line. You could hear him kind of shouting at times at them, organising. He won pretty much everything that was in the air. Very little got past him on the deck as well. It was a superb return. And bearing in mind, he's had that thigh problem. He's only played a New Year's Day against Watford, played against Chelsea in that one game he kind of came back for, and then this. So, superb. I thought he was excellent. Really, really good. Sometimes they're a funny team, Tottenham, they are. Sometimes they do really well against the bigger teams. They obviously played well against Liverpool, created lots of chances a few weeks back. For a little while longer, a little bit longer than that. Obviously, it was an understrength Liverpool team, but it was an understrength Tottenham team as well, which often gets overlooked. Probably done slightly better in some of the bigger games. Obviously, done a double against City this season, which is really weird. The champions, and likely to probably be the champions again. But yeah, no, it was great. Wasn't it terrific? It's so nice to actually have a smile on my face, not having a rant about stuff.